at all.
Yellow Beasties, and welcome to part 2 of my 600-pound life deaths, where we tell the stories of former contestants of the show who passed away. If you missed part 1, it is listed in the description below. In this part, we will focus on season 6, which is probably the deadliest season to date as it currently holds the record for the season with the most contestant deaths. Okay, that sounded dark after I said it. Without any further ado, let's beast it. Robert Butchel. Robert Butchel was the first contestant to pass away during the filming of my 600-pound life. He was 41 and weighed 842 pounds when he started his weight loss journey on the show. The episode was very difficult to watch. Robert was totally dependent on anyone around him, and he was also in so much pain because of his weight that he was taking a lot of pain medication. He managed to make it to Houston to see Dr. Now, and he was admitted right away, kept in the hospital to start the weight loss program. The state that Robert entered the hospital in was very dangerous, not just because of his weight, but also the amount of pain medications that he had in his system, many of which that were very strong. After 3 months since being admitted in the hospital, Robert's weight went down to 625 pounds, a promising 217 pounds weight loss. He was then transferred to a physical therapy facility where he would continue to lose weight before he could qualify for the lymphedema removal surgery. 2 months after the surgery, Robert was still losing weight and down to 502 pounds. But he had stopped physical exercise because he wanted pain medication but was not getting any because of his addiction to those pills.
I'm very concerned about all the pain medication you own, because the rate and amount you're taking is going to kill you.
Depression sank in and his mood drastically changed, pushing away everyone including Catherine, his fiancée.
Last night I was getting ready to go and he says, "Please don't leave me tonight." And he says, "Well, just in case," he says, "just understand I love you and I always have." And I told him, I said, "I love you too." And we laid down and we went to bed.
Robert continued to struggle with staying active while his body continued to deteriorate. Unfortunately, he suffered a heart attack on November 15, 2017, and passed away. He was 41. Robert Butchel's story was probably the most infuriating one of the show, as it showed the failures of the US healthcare system and how broken that system is. It's very easy to blame people for their obesity. While it is true that they share some responsibilities, the system is also to blame. I am currently putting together a more in-depth video to address this matter, but what I can say now is that the system is designed to put profit over people. Problems are created so that sinister solutions are put in place. The same system that makes you addicted to food also makes you addicted to medication under the guise of addressing your addiction to food while fostering and then solidifying your addiction to medicines in the false hope of getting rid of the pains that your addiction to food is now causing. While all this is happening, your mental health is also ignored. Robert needed help, and the one that he received came in when it was too late. While Dr. Now and his team tried to save his life, they also failed to provide him with mental health assistance for his addictions to both food and medication. At least, at no point during the episode that type of assistance was mentioned or shown. That was the addiction talking and acting through him. They failed him. The system failed him, and Dr. Now said it very well.
We have a system today that turns away most patients his size. And instead of dealing with their issues and helping them, they would rather give them painkillers and quiet them until it's too late.
James L.B. Bonner. When James L.B. Bonner appeared on My 600-Pound Life in 2018, he was 29 and weighed 642 pounds at his first appointment with Dr. Now. He had lost a leg following an accident prior to his appearance on the show, in 2013. This caused him to turn to food and alcohol, and he started to gain a lot of weight. It is worth mentioning that James had an alcohol addiction prior to the accident, as he would start drinking in his earlier years, and it became such a problem that he quit playing football.
I finally accepted the fact that I need help bad to regain my life. And if I don't get help soon, I don't think I'll see 35 or 40.
James was outgoing and he put in serious work into his weight loss journey. He lost enough weight to qualify for weight loss surgery, and he continued to make good progresses afterward. His biggest challenge was his bruised relationship with his mother, but they eventually made it work. Fans were shocked to learn that James had passed away in 2018, at age 30, after taking his own life. Prior to the event, he shared a post on social media which read, "I just want to say thank you to everyone who has shown me love and support throughout my journey. I've realized a few things over the last few days, and it's time that I face my demons head on. No matter what you change or the efforts you put forth in life, sometimes you just have to take it on the chin and deal with things your own way. Please don't ever let people you care about not know how you feel." After his passing, his family sued the show for wrongful death. They accused the show of taking advantage of James, filming when he was not mentally sound at times, and failing to provide him with mental health assistance and care. In the suit, James' family alleged that only one therapy session was paid by the show and the remaining ones would be covered on an as-needed basis only. They also maintained that the medical bills were not fully paid by the show as promised, as James was harassed by debt collectors after the surgery. He was also losing teeth as several would fall out due to his rapid weight loss and his vision would become impaired. I couldn't find more about the lawsuit, but it is not the only one filed against the show. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. Lisa Fleming. Lisa Fleming started her weight loss journey on My 600-Pound Life at 49 and weighing 704 pounds. When telling her story, she revealed something very troubling about her mother. Being the only girl among sons, her father would spoil her and tell her how much he loved her, but her mother would use food to show her love but also to punish Lisa. For instance, one day when Lisa was a child, her mother was making a cake and Lisa wanted some and her mother said no. Lisa, being the child that she was, she licked the icing off the cake. As a punishment, her mother sat her down with the cake and made her eat it with the intent of finishing it all. Lisa ate the cake until her father arrived and saved her from that predicament. Eventually her parents divorced and Lisa lived with her mother and her brothers. Food became her comfort. Her life would start spinning around with her mother kicking her out at 14 for getting pregnant, the passing of her father a few years later and then that of one of her brothers, her mother blaming his death on Lisa as he was gunned down when he was at her house. The passing of her mother a few years later was the final straw for Lisa, and she ate even more than before. None of this is to excuse Lisa's weight gain, but rather to acknowledge that she did have a lot of difficulties in her life and not adequate tools to deal with them. She was 50. Renee Byron. You see, Renee's addiction to food started from being molested from age 9 by her mother's boyfriend at a time, and the fact that despite knowing about it her mother did nothing but taking part as a witness sometimes.
This is a good improvement, and I'll say it's close enough. So I am approving you for weight loss surgery.
This ain't April Fool's, is it?
It's not April.
Renee managed to lose enough weight to be approved for weight loss surgery, and after getting the surgery she managed to bring her weight down to 381 pounds. She continued to lose weight afterward and plans were made for her to get skin removal surgery. In 2019, Renee was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare condition in which the immune system attacks the nerves. The diagnostic put the skin removal surgery on hold indefinitely while she was receiving care in a nursing home facility. Renee sadly passed away on May 14, 2021. The cause of death was not revealed, but it is more likely that she passed from complications of Guillain-Barré syndrome, which itself is a possible delayed complication of bariatric surgery. This has been the story of 4 former contestants of My 600-Pound Life who passed away. Like the video if you did, dislike if you didn't. Be a beast. Train mean.